Okay, we're live. Ryan Steinolfson here with Accelerate Marketing. We help businesses grow by $50,000 to $100,000 a month through digital marketing strategies, which would include local service ads optimization and Google Business Profile optimization. Today, we're going to be doing something really different and unique. We're going to be working with artificial intelligence to help business owners like Dr. Rob. Dr. Rob, go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Robert McNeil. I have a PhD in clinical sociology, so I've been a life coach for the past 10 years. I've always thought about, how can I multiply myself? What can I do so that I'm making money in my sleep, right? That's the whole idea of everything. So when I first found out about AI, I was like, wow, okay. Is there a way that maybe I could clone myself in a way that it can respond like I respond? And then people would kind of get the same experience.
Awesome. Well, that's what the whole goal of this is today. Why don't we just make this a reality for people? Instead of talking about it, let's just show people how quick and easy it is. So with that, I'm going to bring Josh in. 1 second.
Hello, everyone.
So Josh, give us a little bit of a background.
So I'm a former Wall Street guy back in the day. And then I got into web development out of pure curiosity. And then the SEO is really what began to intrigue me more. From this point, certainly my interest has spread into AI, the technology there, the nuances in the language and the communication.
Your interest, Josh, I guess, is in building one for yourself or using the embed code on your website?
My interest lies in helping people with the nuances of the language, what I would consider a high-level salesperson. Whether I'm trying to sell windows and doors or if I'm trying to convince somebody to register something, for instance. There's specific languages that will create responses.
I think this might be a good time for me to kind of show my screen and show how the sausage is made. So this is our platform, and we've made the process so easy. You could do this in 5 minutes, and this is doing the messaging agent. And so let's use Dr. Rob as an example, right? Let's just call him Robert AI. And for a lot of people, they don't really know how to do prompt engineering. And what I'm about to show you is effectively the job of the future, which is how do you whisper to the AI for it to do the things that you want it to do, right? And so let's just say you are a coach AI modeled after the human Robert McNeil, right? And here's some pre-filled things. Coach me through the topics I bring up. We put in certain things on the personality or do you want it to be friendly? Do you want it to be helpful? And maybe you want to put things that are, business specific information. So Robert, for example, has a website. All this information that's here, I can just copy that, right? Mm-hmm. Coaching philosophy, testimonials, phone address, right? This is the information on my business, right? Phone number, let's just say we pop that here. And then you create a greeting, right? What would you like me to coach? Okay, Dr. Rob here. And you put in a prompt, you hit submit, and now the chatbot's about to be created, right? So now you can start chatting with it, and you copy this code onto your website, and you can have a chat widget there, right? So, Dr. Rob here, what can I coach me through? I need a life coach. So it's taking in the information we gave it already. It's having a conversation. And so maybe I don't have a strong web presence, but I just want a telephone number for people to be able to text so that they get this experience, right? And it's going to respond the same way, the chat widget just responded.
And anybody's going to be able to go in and just, purchase a number, and then that number is going to be attached to voice and text. And it's going to be really seamless.
Whatever prompt that we had here, right? Now, copy that same thing and pop it into the voice prompt, right?
Okay.
And I've literally just copied and pasted, that little summary, you are a coach modeled after human, and let's say opening sentences, Dr. Rob here. How can I help? Right. I save the change. So you did two things, which was the opening message and then the instruction for the AI. And now we should be able to call that telephone number.
Hi, Dr. Rob AI here. How can I help?
Hi, I'm looking for a life coach.
I'd be happy to help you with that. What specifically are looking to work on with a life coach? Is it career, relationships, or something else?
Actually, what's his telephone number?
You're looking for my number. That's 832-224-5394.
Okay. So it's able to look in that database and say, well, that's a human one, right? If we set this to copy and paste this as a transfer number, now we can have the AI transfer to human Rob. Yeah, this is what it takes to make an AI live.
Yeah, and we would send those shots or examples to the database or upload it to the LLM, and so that it has a basic knowledge or a better picture with more color, how you communicate, what your process is, how you do things. Those repositories of your knowledge, that's like, gold mining, like going back in there, pulling those very strategic conversations that you have and putting them into the vector database, and upload it to the AI so that it's got that reference point, constantly building the knowledge base. And then the prompt is like the pep talk before the call. It's the pep talk before the sales call, Josh, right?
Or funneling.
Yeah. And then there's even some fine tuning that would happen, after the fact.
It's reinforcement learning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's post hoc. It's after the fact. You can give the agent feedback post hoc. So that's the way that we're going to be, and you're going to be really making it more like Dr. Rob or more like Josh. And Josh, with your experience in sales, this is what we're experiencing right now. It's like, who is that number one salesperson at any of these big firms? Let's create an agent of his conversations so that we can replicate that top salesperson in the organization and have the agent behave the same way.
I can show you guys that right now, right?
Yep.
What that process is, right? So this, again, it's the prompt. This is what we entered in. You are the coach AI modeled after, Robert McNeil, right? So this is the little pep talk. And when we talk about, uploading your history of conversations, this is what Robert did with his coaching bot, was upload a bunch of those transcripts, right? And then there's the piece that, Ryan called fine tuning. The technical term is reinforcement learning from human feedback. And this is the piece that it's almost a manual process of training a person. So just think when you hired somebody, right? And they're green and they might be the smartest Princeton, Harvard graduate that has all the knowledge in the world, right? You still, for them to be a seasoned salesperson or employee, you still have to go through years of those transcripts, right? And then actually watch it, have a call with somebody, and then go back and say, hey, look, when you said this thing, I wouldn't have said that. I would have said this instead, right? And so I'm showing you the conversations that I just had. I was trying to show on my phone, right, on SMS. I said, hi. The bot said, hey there, how's it going? What's on your mind today? And I said, I'm thinking of changing my job. Any suggestions, right? And Robert might say, okay, absolutely, that's a big decision. What's prompting you to change? He might not say that, right? He might say, okay, let's talk about, and this is where it's a manual process where you go in and you go, okay, what you just said there, not great. I would have just said, I hear you.
Right. Or, what do you do? Because the way it was trained, right, it's going to have a bunch of conversations that I may have a transcript there of somebody that does the same thing that this person does, and it may be going across the same line. So now we'll have some, like a background of it, right? So somebody says, I'm a financial advisor, and I might say something like, are you having problems with, sales or customer service or what have you, right? And they might say, no, I'm actually having a problem with this, but it's something to get them to open up.
Right. We have a bot that qualifies, that tells people, what our business does, right? And I look at these transcripts every day and I just read all the interactions with clients and potential clients that my business had. And then I get to go in and say, hey, when you said that thing wrong, I think I want to change it, and just go in and start molding that behavior that way. So in a way, it's almost like the perfect employee, which there's a manual process of getting it to be like you, right?
Dr. Rob, if you do this correct, this is your legacy.